Hey, what's going on? I recently was interviewed by Fox DC about a recent New York Times opinion article that's focusing on, are we seriously talking about closing schools again? Now, here's my three takes on why this conversation is important and an urgent one. But let's first talk about the students, right? And to me, for students, the main goal we should be focused on is consistency. Can you imagine being a student right now and you're having to figure out what you're going to do for school? Right? We closed down in March, the curriculum and rigor went down because we were adapting and we just needed some time to develop who we were becoming. And then we spent all summer preparing for distance learning. And then as we were doing distance learning, we kind of had this, political situation happen in school board meetings where now you wanted parents to have in person and teachers still wanting to stay digital. And so we now implemented hybrid and kids were going in Monday and Wednesday, and another set of kids were going Tuesday and Thursday, and it was just all over the place, right? And it doesn't provide any consistency. So I'm a believer that whatever we have currently been doing with students, if it's 100% virtual, if it's 100% in person because you're rural, or a little bit of the hybrid, it's whatever your students are becoming comfortable doing. Consistency to me for the remainder of the school year would be the main priority, and then we could talk about what we're going to look like next semester. Now, the second group is, to me, the adults, right? The parents and the educators. Now, the parents want students back in class, right? And back in school, and teachers want to remain safe. Now, something that I've seen that's been showcasing that this could work is something called distance teaching, which basically is allowing teachers to teach from the comfort of their home or residence and allowing them to do their work virtually while kids come into class with designated kind of adult facilitators who kind of allow to organize the classroom in a way where it's safe, but at the same time, students are still getting their information from their teachers virtually, but yet you still allow that opportunity for small pods and kids to still get the soft skills that they need in order to develop as students. So distance teaching to me should be a priority in the conversation as we talk about next semester. Now, the final piece here is the system. Right? The system of education. And we have spent billions of dollars on Chromebooks, hotspots to prepare for this semester. And I think to really look at this as something that is a long-term investment. And if we're going to look at this as a long-term investment, we can't stop when it starts getting hard. I think this is something that schools honestly needed to do for families and students for a long time now. And coronavirus kind of just ripped the Band-Aid and made us innovate. So it's crazy to be in 2020, but living in a school system that's probably more like 2030, where you got to think in March, we had tens of millions of kids doing school 100% online. And we could have never imagined that before the pandemic. And so I think we have to really do justice on those investments, continue to build systems and offerings and experiences digital long term. And then as we get ready for, hopefully, as we get ready for the new administration, we're already having, issues passing and transitioning over information and access. So I think this idea of providing another big funding for schools to help prepare to come back physically is going to probably take some more time. So this idea that we can prepare to have 100% of kids in person still while coronavirus cases are rising, to me is aspirational. And that's why I think we should double down on what we've been doing and remain consistent for our students. Thanks for watching. Check out my interview. It's in the link in the description below. And if you want to know more information, please subscribe.